Oh, yeah. So, like, literally, the effort and time of the people, what they put into you, can also help you go forward and bring us up to present day as to science, bro.
So yeah, man. So yeah, I literally left. I finished uni to kick it back off. I finished uni, and now I knew.
Like, I want to be a teacher.
At that time, yeah, at that time, I now knew what I thought my purpose in life was. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go back to. My goal was always to go back to Blue Coat. Never
Sick.
happened, but it was to go back to the school where it all started, and teach there. So yeah, man, I left uni. I did my training, and then 2008. Yeah, man, I was a qualified teacher, bro. 2008, 21. I qualified at.
Fucking hell.
21, man. I was a.
That's sick. That's a big achievement, bro.
I was a qualified teacher at 21, 22. And yeah, man, I started in Genogly.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I got my first ever job in Genogly. And it's mad. The reason I emphasize the age, because I'm like 4 or 5 years older than kids I'm teaching.
Yeah.
So it was mad. Like being 20, 21, 22, and I'm teaching 18-year-olds.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, I'm only 3 years off. It used to mess with my head because I'm walking into class, I'm like, yo, I'm only 3 years older than you, or I'm 4 years older than you.
So yeah, call me sir.
But call me sir.
Call me fucking sir, mate. I went to uni for this shit.
So yeah, man. I was in Genogly, taught there for like 8-9 years.
Alright.
8-9 years, bro.
That's a fucking long time.
A long time.
Now, you see, in the teaching thing, like, did you, like, was it a thing of, right, I want to be a science teacher. I want to be the first, not first, but like a black science teacher in the ends. Like,
I'm gonna break it down to you. This is what kind of motivated, because I'm glad you said that. I was there a long time, because what motivated me, I remember I'd be teaching certain lessons, right? And the number one question, the number one question the kids would always ask me, sir, what ends are you from? What gang are you in? Sir, what gang do you rep?
Yeah.
Sir, have you ever done this, sir? Have you ever been pen? Have you ever done this? I'm saying to them kids, look, do you think I could do that and be here?
Yeah.
And it was mad, for me, it was mad, like, that's all those kids thought was like, sir, you on road?
Yeah.
Where do you rep? And if they ever saw me in barbers or Jamaican shops or in the ends, it was like, yeah, so we knew you.
Yeah, man, knew that. I seen you eating a dog. You're on road. I knew it, bro.
So that used to motivate me though, because I was like, yo, I used to pull these kids aside and be like, yo, you know that you're more than just. I know what you're saying, you're having a joke, but don't think that that's all we can do. So that kind of motivated me to stay where I was.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, these kids need some guidance, they need some advice, they need some role model. And it was mad, because obviously working there was a blessing, bro, because the kids used to come up to me all day, every day, sit down. I've had kids crying and talking to me, and I've had kids coming and telling me their problems. So it became like, I'm not even teaching these kids science anymore. Now I'm teaching them life. So now I'm teaching them life, and I'm like, yo, I never had that when I was at Blue Coat. Not that I needed it because of my dad, but we never had that teacher that we could go to and be like, yo, we're struggling with this, or what do we do next? So, as cheesy as it sounds, I wanted to be that guy at the school.
We need, like, as much as in certain levels they don't admit it.
They need it.
Everybody needs that little reassurance, someone I can
a guide, a little guide, just to say, do this, do that, and bro, even to this day, students that I've taught like 5-6 years ago will message me on Facebook, sir, can you write me a reference? I'm going for a job.
Sick.
Can you write me my reference? Or
sick.
Sir, I'm doing this. Can you write me my reference to do that? And it's like, cool. So I'm glad. I may not have impacted everybody, but a handful.
You've managed
I've managed, yeah. So I was happy with that. So So yeah, so I was at Ginogly. Again, like the little hustle came out in me again. So after like a year of teaching there, I set up a little private tuition.
Like homeschooling kind of.
So it started off with me going to people's houses. So like parents would contact me and be like, oh yeah, can you come and teach my kid after school for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Got fed again, going to houses. Parents,
Sick.
Parents would pay and feed me. So
yeah, man,
and yeah, I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into that because even that story, like back then, it was like in my head. I was like, okay, then how do I like help people that wanted it? Because then I started telling kids my story in class. So I'm in class telling these kids like, oh, I tried to be a dentist and it didn't work for me, but maybe for you, if you have that drive now, you could achieve greater things than what I've done.
Anything.
You can do anything. Yeah, you can do anything. So a couple of the parents used to come and see me and be like, oh, can you tutor my kid? Like on the weekend, come and do some tutoring, or my sister's kids want tutoring, or my cousin's kids, whatever it was. And then my name just started getting passed about. And then before you know it, bro, like, like literally every night after teaching, I'm doing like 4 or 5 hours of tuition. So I'm not even resting right now. So
Yeah.
School is 8 till 3. I'm tutoring like 4 till 9, 4 till 8, 4 till 10, wherever. Just going house to house, driving house to house, doing tutoring, and then yeah, man, like my name just circulating. Yeah, man. So like, Forest Fields was mine for tutoring.
Wow. I got all you kids.
I got all you.
You gonna learn from me. Was you like Denzel in Training Day at the end? Yeah. You gotta learn from me. I showed you. All of you.
I wish.
Yeah. No, but bro, it's good.
But it's big. No, it was big. So that spiraled into. I then set up a little centre. So in Radford, I rented out a church room.
Sick.
And used to just charge cut price kind of thing.
Yeah, cut price education.
Cut price education, and yeah, man, we did well with that. Like we had, I missed that bit out, but my dad's a maths teacher.
Oh, sick.
So he did the maths, I did the science.
Yeah.
We rented out a church room in a church in Radford, and
I was gonna say, my brain for some reason is like, okay, before we rented out the room, was in long black coats, like, yo, you want some education? Yeah, I can give you this shit cheap, right?
2 for 4.
Yeah. My dad, he got math over there. I got science, bro. Come get this shit, right? Like, bro.
It was mad. So
sick.
But you know what? This is what I'd say to people, yeah? Because no one was doing it, there was no competition.
No, bro.
There was no one doing it.
This is like own lane shit.
Yeah,
you own the lane of this thing, what you started and created. Like,
there was no competition. There was no, like, and it just became mad. Like, word of mouth is powerful, and parents just used to somehow get my number again, bro. I just think God played a key in all of this because I would just be getting phone calls left and right, like, oh, can you teach my kid? Can you teach my kid?
Half of them is like, do you know what? We can't give God that thingy, man. We have to give you and your pops.
Because it's a blessing, though. It's a blessing.
It is a blessing, lovely blessing. But it was you that worked hard. It was you that said, yo, I'm going to do agency. And your pop, like, God, I'm sorry, mate. You might have made the world and every other shit, but you're taking full credit for this because that's what you did, blood. Like,
mad hours, though.
Just.
It was hard work, bro. It was hard work. And then, yeah, basically, I took the plunge. So I did 8 years at Ginogly. I loved it, man. I loved teaching there. And then I just weren't climbing that.
Alright, sorry, before we leave there and the
Yeah.
teaching.
Yeah.
Did you ever, like, basically, did you have them parents? Who's fucking told my son, yeah, I'm coming to school and kicking off because you told him off, right? You get my son detention, like, bruh. Have you seen, your son had a pellet gun. He shot a girl in the foot. He smokes at the gate. Like, Me telling him to shut up and sit down is what he needs. Did you ever have some parents where... Like,
I saw it. It never came to me. Never. It never... Bro, this is how, like... This is when you know that you've been kind of like called for something. Because parents, at parents' evening, mums and dads would be giving me their number. Like, can you ring me and let me know what my kid is doing?
That's when it's real. That's as well when the parents are super real. As in, if he's acting out his skin,
you
whatever.
ring me. And they're like, I remember they're like, Mr. Scott, you can call me at any time. If you see my kid messing up, you call me.
They're the parents, man.
So parents' evening, I'd get like slided like couple numbers like, ring me if my son's messing about, ring me if my daughter's messing. So it became more like if them kids did go home and say Mr. Scott was strict on me or whatever, them parents would be like, so we're not bothered. Them parents never, not once have I ever had to deal with.
Like, you didn't think, I've got to bring the boxing gloves.
No, never.
Fucking hell.
Never.
Tom's coming in with his dad. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that.
I've seen, I've witnessed other
people and teachers get handled.
Bro,
yeah, man. Yeah, it's brutal.
I've seen it, but it's never like come to my door.
No, that's good, man. That just shows a good fucking job that you're doing, bro. And like,
trying. It's still not finished though, bro. We're still not done. So we're trying.
Well, sorry, not done, but like you're doing a very good job and fucking
blessing
people. Just like you said, the youths and the people. You go on and call him back later to get a reference and do certain things. Like I left school thinking like,
don't want to see that again.
There's only about 3 teachers that man. She drove me home when I was drunk. Fucking my man. Certain things are like, no, these teachers had man's back. The rest of them couldn't give a flying fuck. And half of it's based on because of myself and because of the environment. Our school got turned into the second blue coat. Like it had to go.
You got to remember, yeah.
What you got to remember was bad.
You got to remember, bro, yeah. Teachers are people as well. So
if you want to be a person, don't be a teacher. That's the truth. That's the God's honest truth.
No, but I can speak from the other side because...
Bruv, you can't go there for a wage, yeah? When you see...
No, yes.
Right, because I was going to say, when you see Thomas come to school stinking of piss every day,
you can't.
If you're just like, blood, I just want to have my coffee and fuck off and go home, you shouldn't be a fucking teacher.
You're not going to survive.
Because this is that thing of like, okay, man could have took the piss out of certain people at school and been a certain way, but certain people that did come stinking of piss every day, who got bullied, man defended them. Man did certain things in school where it's like, no teacher looked out for you, no fucker did, no prefects did, I fucking did, bruv. So, as fucker as I was with certain times, I was a fucking gem in certain others. And some of the people that stunk of piss, I never made it highlighted to the whole school, he stinks of piss.
And that's like, something that needs highlighting, because teachers aren't just, like I was saying to you before,
they're stage one key workers.
You become more like the social worker. You're an advisor. You're a counsellor. So you take your bouncer. You take on so many roles, and I know that if you're doing that Monday to Friday 9 to 3, sometimes it did it to me because I was like, sometimes you come in and you're like, I just want to have a peaceful day today, but. It just doesn't work like that.
No such thing as peaceful.
There's no such thing.
Trust, my man stole my pen, it's carnage.
And you got to remember, I've got a life outside. So if something happens in my life outside of the school, it's going to affect my mood or affect...
Alright then, I'm going to eat you like this year. In my secondary school, I'm hijacking the whole thing now. I'm talking about my secondary school and science.
Yeah.
There was a teacher called Mr. Nidran, science teacher.
That's my bedroom.
Oh my days, don't mess about.
Mr. Nidran, I've got his number right on my phone, bro.
Check this, hear this now.
I talked to this.
Hear this. I'm going to tell you the facts, I ain't changing shit. What I learned in secondary school, like education-wise, was not much at all. What I learned, lifestyle, culture, and handling and dealing with people.
Cool. You learned it from him.
I learned a lot from him in the sense of he used to, like I call it the magic wand, He used to pull out a magic wand. That was his 24-karat gold Parker pen, Everyone from a certain way of life, the shirts hanging out, talking, be quiet, not being quiet. When he comes over to the table and pulls out that 24-karat Parker pen, yeah, and it's in Indian gold, yeah.
That's Nidra.
You listen.
Yeah, that's Nidra.
Oh, you want to have a nice car like me, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to have nice... You have to sit down. If you don't want to do the work, just tuck it up in, sit down, keep your head down. Teachers walking past, see you there jumping about, flailing, just keep it quiet. Don't do it, just keep your head down. Like, you see him, he taught me how to handle and deal with different people.
Yeah.
So, my man shouting and erratic, Nidra ain't coming in shouting.
No.
He's going to come in and bring the thing into ringing. To, like, get you down to that level. And then shout on the like, I swear down.
And that's mad you said that, right? Mr. Nidran.
He's a boss.
As I said to you,
as
bro,
a person.
As I said to you, yeah, my life has been guided. I've always been put around the right people. And when I first started teaching, Nidran took me under his wing. He was that older teacher, and he could see that I was the younger one, and he kind of put his arm, not his arm.
At BlueCheese?
No, this is at Genogle.
Oh, he went to Genogle?
This is so when
he left Glenbottle and went to Genogle.
When Glenbottle closed,
sorry for him.
When it closed down,
yeah,
he came to Genogle. So I've worked with Nidran for the last 10 years, bro.
Fuck
the last 10 years.
Now.
So but what I like, obviously you saw a different side of him. With me, he kind of took me under his wing, and he used to just sit down and break down like business. Like, Michael, this is how you turn 1 into 4. This is how you turn 4 into 8. This is how you know what I mean? And I used to sit down, and he always used to say to me, like, this is your this is your main hustle, but make sure you've got something else.
If he liked you enough, he'll tell you about the video shop. I own a newspaper shop. That just sits there, yeah.
I'm glad you said it. I haven't said it.
You see the other thing, you see the Mercedes, which one should I... Like, how he knew who to. So certain people in man's class or whatever, you can't come talk to Nidra like so. You lot are like that. You don't kick like that. Yeah. No. But he, as a person, instilled different little things of
gems.
And this is how you deal with people. And presentation was a massive thing for him. Presentation. Whether you care or don't care about this lesson or whatever, when you're in this lesson, for me and whatever, I just want you sat like whatever, tucked in, because head teacher, this teacher, whatever. Just so it was like, do you know what? We can make each other's life easier.
Nidran is
a boss man.
He's an experienced teacher.
Oh.
And I've got a lot to be. Like I said, man, people in the right time, right place. He kind of showed me a lot. So he showed me a lot of what business side of things. And I remember he was the one about the tutoring and, like, you know, how to scale it and how to. So I got a lot of respect for him for that. So
that is sick. Bro.
Shout out Mr. Nidra.
Big up Mr. Nidra each and every time.
Respect. I still talk to him on the phone, so I'll chat to him after this.
Bruv, tell him if he remembers. Because years ago, basically, I went into the shop when he used to have the shop, the lady, his wife, she said to me, something about Morgan. I was like, yeah, why? And then I heard his voice, and I just turned over there and was like, oh my days. I couldn't, but
Shop's gone, man.
He sold. Listen, I passed it about 2-3 weeks ago, like, yes.
He sold it.
Yes, absolute legend. But yeah, man, it's sick that you've managed to get, like, fucking... Is it Lord of the Rings? Like, my man, like, you're going to be a wizard, Harry. Or one of them thing there, like, you got the shit off one of the absolute bosses in this thing to go forward, like. So, as well as God, Pops, Nidran, yourself, everything.
Well, this just goes to show that, like, everybody around you can take things from everybody. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I could have brushed off Nidran at school and been like, I don't want to chat to you.
Like after you at school, like, he's a dickhead. It's like, dickhead is a boss, blood.
But I mean, guess what? He might have dropped 1 or 2 little gems that I still think about now. So before I do something, I'll think like, yo, all right, I remember I got taught that Nidran's a successful man.
Very.
Yeah, he's a successful man. So, how do I not copy, but how do you take a little gem that he's taught me and apply it? And that's it, bro. Yeah, that's it, man.
No, that's sick, bro. Swear down, that's sick. So, alright then, let's quickly move forward into creative science, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me what, like, I seen the video, it looked like he was I don't want to say blowing up shit because for legal reasons we don't just blow up shit. I seen you do some science in the park and some big foam and lots of. Where
did that come from?
Yeah, and why did you not just say, hey, I'm gonna get a little plastic chamber, sit here like that and do what made man take it to the extremes that you did?
Alright, cool. So that, remember I was telling you before that when I was in schools, the number one question would always be, sir, what ends you from and what do you rep and what gang are you in, all that madness. Sometimes when I'd be walking through town and I'd see obviously the school kids that I teach around wherever in town, and they would tell their friends like, yo, that's my science teacher. That's my science teacher. He teaches me science. And some of the kids are like, no, he don't. You don't like no science. He's not a science teacher. And then the kids are like, yeah, sir, come here. Oh, you're my science teacher. So then I started to think, yo, how do I impact more kids than just the ones I'm teaching Monday to Friday? Like, how do you impact more on a much bigger scale? So that's where the YouTube came in. So it's with the YouTube. It started off like me at a whiteboard, just trying. I'm not even afraid to say that. We all start from somewhere.
Yeah, man.
So I remember like this was just adding to the hustle. So like I'd finish school at like I said 8 till 3, and then I'd be going filming like 4 till 6. And then I'd be back on my tutoring from 7 till...
The grind is real.
Yeah, the grind was real. Yo, the grind was real, bro. And then I remember like I was putting these videos out. And it was more like just to help kids who have got GCSEs, like their exams and whatever. And then someone said to me, like, because when you first start the YouTube and the online, I wasn't too confident. And then I remember someone said to me like, oh, just let your personality come through. Like, videos that we're watching, like, we can't really see your personality. Like, we don't know. And this is coming from the school kids that I'm teaching. And they're like, sir, like, you're a joker in the classroom and you like this here, but online, you're just...
Stiff.
We say how it is.
Yeah, bruv.
So I was like, okay, then, cool. Like, I'm not impacting the kids how I wanted, because if the delivery's stiff, they're not going to watch.
No, 1,000%.
So the video's no point. So, again, the right people, as I say, the right people came, and my cousin, shout out Jonathan, my cousin is a creative director. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And he was like, yo, cuz, you need to show them like stuff that's gonna be like, wow. Like, what's gonna make people tap, share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. What's gonna make people post this on their socials?
Yeah.
What's gonna make someone be like, yo, have you seen this video? And I was like, bam, yo, the penny just dropped. And I was like, the little experiments that we do in school, why not just
do it on a bigger scale?
Scale it up? Yeah. Why not? We do these little ones in the class. Why not just take that and 10x it? Do it 10 times bigger. So yeah, I just started like ringing around places that would let me like shoot videos, private land and all that stuff. Yeah. So got to do some and even like with the YouTube, man, like getting hold of chemicals and getting hold of certain things because it's illegal or you can't get hold of it, but then London has it and I'm in Nottingham, I can't drive to London to go get, to get some one chemical and come. So then it just became like searching and then bam, it all just kind of came together where now we've got this formula of how we do videos. And And yeah,
it just works. It just works. Yo, and we're not getting them too much about your formula because every cunt will start trying to fucking take it, and it's your formula.
Bro, but do you know what it is? No, but this is more. So the YouTube videos, yeah, the mindset behind them, it was never to be like monetized, or it was never to be like, oh, look at me kind of thing. It was always like the reason of doing them was like someone like me, someone like you could watch this video and even just think, yo, this guy's doing a video on science. What the hell is this guy talking about? But if you can, I'm a strong believer, like if you can see someone do something, you automatically believe
you can do it.
I can do it.
No, 1,000,000%.
So this was more about like, we don't all have to do the same thing. You can see someone like me doing something like that, and hopefully the next person gets inspired to think, you know what? I've always wanted to do a piano YouTube channel, but I've been a bit scared. But this guy's done science. So now he's done his science one. I'm not as scared to do my piano because it's what I'm interested in, and I want to do it.
Yeah, you've seen it can be done, and that gives you that little bit more to go forward.
And that's it, bro. So this was always just about like showing people like, yo, you can do this if you want to, but also like don't be afraid to try something new. Because I'll tell you now, like that first time when the camera clicked record, I was like, oh no, like I don't even want to put this out there.
Yeah.
But you've got the first story right now. No one knows my story, bro. But I knew once I released that video, people are gonna know. Like no one really knew what I did. No one really knew. Because obviously I'm in a school teaching. No one really knew I was a teacher. And I thought, once I put this out there, the penny's going to drop with a lot of people. Like, oh, this is what this guy does. Oh,
no, definitely. And then like, oh, how can I get hold of? Can you teach? Can you teach? Like every...
Well, bro, that became... So, just putting stuff online, like the power of content, the power of putting something somewhere, like...
You're getting hit up now from fucking Slough,
you get
Manchester. I've looked in. Can you?
You get So you know it's led to doing like a couple science shows at youth clubs.
Sick.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, a couple youth clubs in Nottingham. They've like shouted out to say, yeah, can you come and do?
Have you done any Zoom? Have you been? Wait, you still a teacher? Like in a school? Like wait.
No. So okay, boom. So what happened was, like I was saying, so the private tuition just took off. Yeah, it just went, and I was like, yo, wait a second, I'm now earning more doing this than the school.
Yeah.
So I just
leave that for a minute. They
They
can't pay you enough to control their animals. You get me? It's like a zoo. You're going every day. Fuck's sake. It's a zoo in uniform, for fuck's sake.
It was more. Do you know what though, bro? It was more about. Cause it's not just the money. It was more about like, I've got a bit more control now about my day. So rather than going to school, doing a parents' evening, doing this meeting, doing that meeting, and my day's just kind of gone.
No, I hear that.
Now what I'm doing is like, okay, I can do a couple of hours of tuition.
Just.
And
you got your own coffee. Rather than going into the staff room, all the coffee's gone. Fuck's sake, it's my man. You don't know already. It's on your terms and I can explain it. For having so much knowledge, wisdom, and education under your belt,
And this is this was what I wanted to get across, bro, because it's just that power of education, like the power of. I'm not here to say get GCSEs, A levels, or a degree, but
I am.
You are.
Yeah.
So not.
Yeah. No.
But any type of education, if you're educated in something, someone will pay for
that
what you know.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There's someone out there that wants to know what you have got.
Yep.
And if you're good at delivery, you put your little fee on top, and people are happy to.
No, definitely.
People are happy to.
And that's where I think. Okay, I started the clothing thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
came from being a fucking bricklayer and a roadman into clothing. If I had gone in the educational route into fashion and clothing, what the fuck? I could be even, do you know what I mean? Have a lot more accolades in the sense, when I say accolades, I mean, I don't know all the correct terms in manufacturing to get certain stuff done. So I could be a lot more better and further on if I had studied more in some of the textile certain regions. Like
I've had this chat with a lot of people, because a lot of people will say you don't need GCSEs, you don't need A levels, you don't need a degree to be successful. It's cool. Yeah. I do agree with that. Not everyone, just because you have a degree,
doesn't mean
you're
like
gonna be
some
successful.
People, they've been uni, they've had a brand, they got bigger. Yeah, your clothes on Stones there. Where are you now, bruv? You don't fucking make clothes, you twat. Like literally, like I've seen all the different figures of it, and it's like just giving yourself them first bits of armor and tools in the first place will help you later on. Who knows where down the line, but it definitely will help.
I think I can look back now, right, and like I said, just through the tutoring alone, like just through being a private tutor, like the kind of families that I've been in the presence of, bro. I'm talking, I don't even want to say names, but I've been in multi-million pound houses in Nottingham. I've been in big restaurant owners' kids.
Have you been in like the shameless ones as well? Where it's like window break, smash, fucking the kids age 6 in a nappy.
But I'll be honest. So like I said, back in the day when I first started out the tutoring, I was just grabbing what I could. Like I was just like, I'll go anywhere. I was walking from one end of Notts, driving to the other end. I was just grabbing whatever. Yeah. So not to say like I've done the shameless cribs, but I've done the groundwork where it's now it's like I've got I don't know.
Well, like basically you say it's, I don't know, it's 18.99 of course, you get it like, yeah man, we've got a tenner. Like, alright, cool. I'm not going to deprive this youth of education.
Yeah.
But you still got a big screen TV and you're ordering Chinese tonight. Give my fucking money, blood. Don't take the piss. No, serious. No, because sometimes some people be like, yo, I'm struggling, it's hard times. Like, yo, you got the fucking iPhone 6. Or you got the iPhone fucking 10. Shut the fuck up. If you're struggling, sell your bastard iPhone and then fucking rate it.
Let me tell you something that I've learned, right? And this is a little lesson from a lot of the wealthy parents that have been in their house, taught their kids. I've sat down with a lot of these parents and I'm saying, because I'm that kind of guy that when I know you, I want to pick your brain. I want to see what makes you tick, what makes you think. So like I said, a lot of the families when I was going into their houses, right? A lot of these materialistically successful people, right? I would ask them, and you know what all of them came back and said? They would all say, our kids are our biggest investment.
Okay.
So they didn't mind, like, they would tell me, Michael, listen, I don't mind cutting down to the iPhone 2. And I'll pay the iPhone 2 price if I know my kid's going to get that head start. And it used to baffle my head, because I was like, some of these parents are, they've got a maths tutor, science tutor, English tutor, this tutor. Someone's coming in and out of the house all the time. But a lot of them used to say to me, do you know what, Michael, like, our kids, this is our investment. Like, we're not bothered about the stock market or this. My kid, if they make it to this next level, then and I heard it from one parent, and I heard it from another, and I just started to sit back and think like, a lot of these parents, they see it more of, not that they're paying for education, but it's more, if they're sitting down with someone who's giving them a good message, and they can see someone who's
actually
doing it, for that parent, it's like, it's well worth you spending this hour with my kid. And if I can't have a takeaway, cool, I'm cool with that. And as I've got my kids now, and I'm thinking even now, like my kids, they're wanting to do football and cricket and whatever else. I'm making that same sacrifice. I'm like, if my kids want to do this, I would much rather buy the £10 pair of trainers. Knowing that my kids are gonna be in that do something more positive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the point of me having, like you said, the iPhone 11 and new trainers and my kids aren't
not progressing correctly? And it's like we could put a little bit more iPhone money into their education and we might get a better product. Definitely, man. That's sick, bro.
There we go, bro.
I swear down, it's been a fucking pleasure, my brother. Honestly.
Yo,
this is
got the story.
These are the people that like I fucking want on this podcast. The people that are like doing life-changing shit, helping to change other people's life, and I've got a story to share with the public and to the people that like. Here's an example of not being a roadman, being a good person, getting a good education, and now you're fucking teaching and showing other people these sick. Do you know, dropping the same gems, like in how many years to come, these children's children, people like will talk about a fucking teacher that they had that was you. Like, you are the future Mr. Nijran, bruv. Like, this is, seriously, it's ridiculously sick. That is ridiculously sick, serious. And make sure, tell him that I said word up, man.
I'll ring him after this.
Say that, card. That's like...
I'll ring him after this.
Yeah, you're the boss still. Absolute boss. Boom. Real talk. Massive thank you, bro. Swear that. Massive thank you. I'm going to be a tramp and talk my mouthful, but tramps are people too. No, serious. Huge thank you, bro. This is the shit. Where can people find you on all socials, bro?
Oh, yeah, Snap. So, if you like to see, like, crazy science experiments, I've transitioned now into online tuition as well. So for those people who are around wherever now, as long as you've got access to the internet, laptop, you know, and you need some help with your GCSEs or your A-level chemistry, then you can find me on Instagram, Ultimate Learning, and you can find me on Facebook, Ultimate Learning. And then if you want to check out some of the videos that we've been doing, some of the crazy science experiments, then yeah, go onto YouTube and again, Ultimate Learning. So yeah, find me on any three of those. Yeah, man, comment, like, subscribe, big up Mr. Cheese. I love seeing this guy because he's been doing his, and secretly, like when you see someone else stepping out and doing what they're doing, it inspires you. So we all inspire someone. There's always someone watching that you might not know. So Mr. Cheese, you know, keep going, and I like to see the growth.
Bruv.
Pivoted to the podcast. I love to see it.
Respect, man. This is like the fucking... Bruv, the only...
And he's always been a good brother as well.
When he wants to be. Sometimes, when he's on best behaviour. When he's got no behaviour, like, mate, camera off, bruv. This guy, mate.
I didn't even meant to say it, but every time I see Cheese, right? Every time I see him.
Government nearly came out then. Fucking government nearly came out. I'm sweating.
Every time I see Cheese, right, and it's mad. Just when I thought no one was watching or no one's listening, I see this guy. I think I've seen him twice, and every time I see him, yo, bro, I'm learning from the videos. You know, I love the videos. I'm learning from the videos.
Bro, sick.
So I've always been like, yeah, man. The goal is there. So yeah, big up, man. Serious.
Serious. The teachings, the workings, the everything.
Bless the opportunity to come out.
More. We will have a part 2 soon. Our part 2 will be called Active in the Field.
Oof.
And I'm leaving it there.
Oof.
Just active in the field, bro. I'm leaving it there.
Pull up.
Just.